Joe Tilley's Great Canadian Sports Show is brought to you by DKI Canada. Across the street, across the country. He was born deaf, but that didn't stop him from slugging his way into the major leagues of baseball. Curtis Pride, Joe Tilley's Great Canadian Sports Show, coming up! Our guest today hails from Silver Spring, Maryland. He set multiple high school records in multiple sports. He was an All-American in soccer, for the Army National Player of the Year in soccer. Basketball scholarship he won at William & Mary University. He was drafted by the New York Mets. He was a Florida State All-Star. He played in 10 Major League seasons for the Expos, Tigers, Red Sox, Braves, Yankees, and Angels. 23 professional seasons and 26 teams. The first deaf player in Major League Baseball since 1908. An MLB Ambassador for Inclusion, head coach at Gallaudet University, and author of I Felt the Cheers, The Remarkable Silent Life of Curtis Pride. Curtis Pride, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure, Curtis, for sure. I just recently finished reading your book, I Felt the Cheers, The Remarkable Silent Life of Curtis Pride. What a wonderful, inspiring, beautiful book. Cal Ripken Jr. wrote the foreword. That was pretty nice to have Cal involved in your book, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's been great to have to write the foreword for my book. It's awesome.
And the book itself is phenomenal. I tell you, I laughed, I cried. It was a beautiful, beautiful story, and so much in there. It was wonderful. Tell us about your condition. You were born deaf, correct?
Yes, I was born deaf because my mom, she was exposed to rubella, was pregnant with she was pregnant with me, and I was born 95% deaf.
Well, that's we talk about your mom. Your mom being an amazing woman. She gave up her job as a registered nurse so she could pretty much take care of you. Be at home all the time to take care of you. And of course, your father was always there. You had a sister who was gifted. You were deaf. I mean, your parents were busy. Do you feel blessed?
Yes, I mean. No, I've been very, very blessed to have my parents, raise me, because they've always encouraged me to try things when even failure was possible. But because they made a lot of sacrifices to help me become the person that I am today, and they've been very supportive. They treat me any differently from any other, my sisters, and they've always done what is best, in my best interest. And but I could not have had better role models than my parents.
Yeah, it sounds like a wonderful family. It says a lot about your parents in the book about how committed they were to you guys, and they chose the oral communication route in terms of teaching you. Compensating for your hearing loss. In retrospect, by reading the book, it sounds like that was the right route to take. Yes,
because when my parents first found out I was born deaf, so my parents spent a lot of time researching, trying to figure out what the best ways to raise a deaf child. And so they thought that oral communication was the best way, even though they knew it was going to be tough at first, but it would pay off at the end. And so I spent a lot of time, I spent about 18 years in speech therapy, working on my speech and language, and learning how to read lips. But again, my mom, she gave up her nursing career to focus on raising me because she knew that it would take a lot of her time to help me, learn how to talk. Try not to get too far behind in academics.
And you speak well for somebody who's never heard a word in their life. It's phenomenal. Let's talk about your baseball career. You started in T-ball at a very young age, and I understand your dad had a lot to do with you, your introduction to T-ball and you playing, getting a chance to play.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat?
Yeah, no problem. Your dad had a lot to do with you getting a chance to play T-ball and ultimately baseball. Tell us about his influence.
Yes, growing up, I was always, hyperactive, very active. I was like to play around a lot and stuff. And my parents felt that by enrolling me, by having me to play, multiple sports growing up, it would help me learn how to interact with my teammates, learn how to communicate, to kind of develop, confidence, and be able to interact with my teammates. Not only that, but also to keep me busy playing sports. And T-ball was the first sport that I played. And after I hit my first home run playing T-ball, I fell in love with the game of baseball, and that's why I decided that I wanted to play professional baseball.
You talk about, in the book, you talk about the list. Tell us about the list. The list.
Talk about it right now, I'm sorry.
The list. I'll hold this up right here. The list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
tell us about your list, because this is kind of like a prelude to the secret and other. My daughter has a book called Drawn Dreams. It's the same kind of thing, kind of like having goals, setting your goals, writing them out, and then watching them materialize.
Yeah, because Robert, that was great. I made a list of whether it be a short-term goal or a long-term goal that I hope to accomplish, whether it be getting A on my English final, or catching 10-pound largemouth bass, or playing Major League, going to college, playing college basketball. And it was a way of helping me to stay focused and, just keep track of my small progress towards you achieving my goals. And, I was able to accomplish almost all of my goals. And that's the day that helped me to be driven, towards my goals, the dream. And that's the stuff that I share with other kids, that they shouldn't, set goals for themselves and to work hard to achieve them.
But you do. This is a guy who did everything. You did everything. I mean, there was everything you set your mind to, you did. And I'm talking about, like, I looked at your, reading the book, talking about your high school records. You gained, a lot of recognition in your high school sports career. I was surprised to hear that soccer was probably your best sport. I mean, you played for the national team at 15 years of age. You played for the U.S. at the World Under-16 Championships. You were named one of the top 15 players on the planet in soccer. And, of course, we see some pictures of basketball. You also played high school as a point guard. That resulted in a scholarship at William and Mary University. And how important was it for you to attain that scholarship?
Well, soccer has always been my best sport, and I thought about playing professional soccer. It was just a sport that came naturally for me. But baseball has been my true passion. I've always had dreams to play in the Major League. And when I'm starting to get recognized by professional baseball scouts, and I felt with during high school, I felt I had the opportunity to get drafted, and there were 5 Major League teams that were interested in drafting me. And my dad basically told all the teams that I would be going to college no matter what. Even if I was drafted first pick overall, I was going to college no matter what. So that scared off a lot of the team. But the Mets, they were very high on me, and they wanted to gamble on me by drafting me, and they were able to work out a deal with my dad that they will allow me to go to college full time on the basketball scholarship and still be able to play professional baseball at the same time. So I was playing professional baseball between May 15th through August 15th. And then I would leave in the middle of the season to go back to school. And so I did that for 4.5 years until I graduated from college with a degree in finance. I became a full-time baseball player. And so, I mean, there's no guarantee being a professional athlete. So I'm just very proud that, that I have a college degree playing at the major league level.
That was really accommodating for the Mets to do that. They must have really wanted you because they allowed you to, go to college for the full term and then play baseball around it, even though they'd signed you to a professional contract. Very accommodating by the Mets, I would say. But it was. But you spent a lot of time in the minors and didn't seem to get a shot from the Mets. And did you ever consider hacking it in? Did you ever consider calling it a career and go to work in the financial field?
Yes. I was playing Double-A in Binghamton, and I felt at the time that was progressing nicely. I was on my, on track to get to the big leagues, but then I sort of hit a roadblock. I started having seizure, then all of a sudden I started to struggle a little bit. And then my first girlfriend broke up with me. And I called my teammates making fun of me. So it kind of snowballed. And it was just kind of very overwhelming for me to deal with. So it got to the point where I wanted to walk away from baseball. And my parents made the drive up to Binghamton to kind of, to talk to me. And to stay in baseball to finish the season, and then wait till after the season that I can make a decision whether I wanted to quit, join Purdue other days, or just try to keep playing. And so, of course, I honored my commitment by finishing out the season. And after the season, now with the special instruction to the special education program at my old high school. And where I worked with kids with various disabilities. And they never knew I played professional baseball until the teacher that I worked with told them. And these kids were shocked. They were surprised. Wait a minute, how can you play professional baseball? You're deaf? And so here I was, telling the kids we have all kinds of disabilities. Hey, we all have disability. No matter what, we could be whatever we want to be, as long as we work hard, stay focused and not worry about what other people think or allow other people to place limitation on us. And so after that conversation I had with my class, I went home and I started thinking about it. I said, man, what kind of message would I be sending to them if I quit baseball? So they started inspiring me to to continue to play baseball and to make it. And I thought I should make an example of myself. And so I decided to try it again. And of course, I worked hard the off season. I started with the Expos. And then the next season, I started off Double-A. And then I progressed all the way up to the major leagues in Montreal, all in one season. And looking back, I was just very close to quitting. So I'm just kind of glad I did, because you never know what you could do if you just put the time in. Because we all go through the struggle that we have to find a ways to overcome, adversity, struggle, just kind of fight through it. And then I always believe that if you work hard, good things will happen.
I guess, yeah, it would have been hard for you to be telling these kids that they can accomplish anything they want if they put their minds to it and try. For you to give up on baseball would have been, you would have been a bit of a hypocrite, right? So that would have been very good.
Right.
But it's amazing how
About
things
practice when I
work.
preach.
Yeah, exactly. Got to practice what you preach, and it's amazing how things work out. But I believe that everything happens for a reason. You connecting with those kids, getting that little bit of inspiration, getting the advice from your parents to at least stick it out, finish the season, all that stuff. But then you get to the Expos organization, and you start tearing it up. I mean, apparently, I understand. Like you set a home run record for distance of the longest home run in the history of a stadium in Double A, and then you get a chance to play with the Expos farm team in Ottawa. Tell us about your experience in Ottawa, coming to Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I had a wonderful experience playing for Montreal, playing in Ottawa, and playing in Montreal. And, I love Canada. It's just a beautiful country. I love the culture, the food, and some of the best fishy, because I love to fish. And, I fish all the time. And of course, the people, the fans, they're so unbelievably nice, passionate about baseball. And I've been very fortunate to have the opportunity to play baseball in both Ottawa and Montreal.
Yeah, we're going to get to your Montreal career in just a second. I just in the book you talked about a letter that you received from a girl named Amanda. And I cried when I read the letter from Amanda. I could only imagine how it made you feel, and that was another turning point. Tell us about the letter from Amanda.
Yeah, no, my first got that letter. She was one of my first fan mail, and it's kind of hit me hard. See how much of an inspiration I was to her. Because she was legally blind and she was too scared to try to play t-ball. But so she heard about me playing professional baseball with the hearing disability. So she thought maybe she should give it a try. And so she was so happy that she was able to play t-ball and she had so much fun playing. So it made me feel good knowing it had such a positive impact on her life. And so we became really good friends ever since.
You've been able to affect a lot of people in a very positive way, and you've helped a lot of people along the way. But I want to talk about your getting called up to the Expos, and you talk a lot about pride in the book, Curtis Pride, and you mentioned the pride you felt when Jim Tracy told you that you were going to AAA, and the pride Jim Tracy felt, the pride you felt. Tell us about that moment.
Jim Tracy has been a wonderful advocate for me. It really helped me a lot. I think Jim saw something in me that he knew that it was his sort of like destiny to help me to achieve my dream, because he saw how hard I worked. And so he and I, we clicked. I mean, he was kind of like a father figure for me, to me. And we spent a lot of time every day before the game looking at my hitting, just talking about life and stuff in general. And everything just came together everything came together for me in Harrisburg. And I started, hit the cover off the ball. And I was one of the leading hitters in the league that got promoted halfway through the season. But the hardest part was leaving Harrisburg because I was having so much fun. But at the same time, I'm excited about moving up the ladder, getting one step closer to Montreal. But I will always be grateful forever, grateful for Jim Tracy for what he had done for me.
Yeah, and you can the relationship with Jim, and you go through that very well in the book, and it was really good. But when you receive those 8 wonderful words, congratulations, you're going to the big leagues, and here you go, you're on your way to Montreal. and your debut was in 1993 against the Phillies at home. At this point, the Expos were in a pennant chase. They're trying to catch the Phillies. This is the team they're trying to catch. A packed house. You guys in that pennant chase, you're down by 3 runs in this game, and then you do this. It's a 2-run double of Bobby Thigpen. Tell us about that moment. You described it beautifully in the book. Take us through the series event, hitting that ball into the in the power alley, finding yourself on second base. What's going on for you?
Yeah, it's very, very emotional experience. I mean, just standing on second base, and I did the fans clapping, cheering, and I thought they were just clapping, cheering because of the situation, because we were coming back. It was in the middle of the pennant race, and the Jerry Manor, who was the third base coach, called me over. I was going to ask him if I had a green light to steal third. And Jerry said, hey, he was putting my helmet. I'm thinking to myself, something wrong with my helmet. Do I lift my helmet up? At the end, I kind of raised my arm up, wanting me to acknowledge the crown. Do I acknowledge the crown? And no, that's what I started feeling. I felt that thunderous, the vibration, the strong vibration, and it was very emotional. And of course, I got teary eyes. And while I was standing on second base, and I was trying to keep a straight face because I wanted people to take me serious, that I'm just not a one-hit wonder or a serious case. And so, I was determined to prove that I belong to the big leagues. I'm here to stay for the long haul. And so while I was standing at second base, Gary Darley, the second base umpire, walked over to me and told me to smile. And so he got me to smile. So finally I started smiling.
Yeah, what a moment. What an unbelievable moment. And the crowd was so, on side for that. And of course, you ended up scoring. The Expos went on to win the game. They gave the Phillies something to think about in that pennant run in 1993. But it was a beautiful thing. And that was the start of 10 years in the major leagues. A pretty cool moment, no doubt about it. And all the work, everything you went to get there, all in that moment. And you say, and the title of the book is I Felt the Cheers, right? I felt the cheers. Because you couldn't hear them.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of a cool title for the book. And my agent, Joe, thought I would kind of brainstorm, and I felt the cheers was the perfect title for the book, because it was the climate, it was the most important moment of my life. And if it wasn't for that moment, I would not be writing a book about my life. And so, right there was the point for people to feel what I felt that night. And the reason I wrote a book about my life, because so many people, my teammates, coaches, fans, were asking me if I had a book about my life. And I was surprised that why would I write a book about my life? And so, because they want to know more about my life, how I dealt with the struggle, how I was able to overcome the adversity to achieve my dreams, to get to big leagues, how I learned how to talk. And so they were very interested about what I've accomplished throughout my life. And so after I retired from baseball, and my agent and I felt that it was a good time, for us to write a book. And so it took us about 6 to 7 years to write this book, and it got such an unbelievable reviews. People loved the writing style, and it was very detailed, and I'm very happy. And the most important thing is that we want to make the book inspirational as much as possible, because I wanted people to relate to what I went through, and hopefully to inspire them to help them overcome during adversity.
Right. I mean, if Curtis can do it, I can do it. Right?
Right.
If Curtis can do it, I can do it. So you had a number of debuts. the next one was with the Red Sox, the Red Sox uniform. And you had a dramatic way of doing things. Bottom of the ninth, pinch hit opportunity against the White Sox, and this is what you do. It's a belt to the deepest part of the ballpark. Home run, Curtis Pride. What was that like for you at Fenway Park?
I'm sorry.
You had two great home runs. You had one with the Red Sox and one with the Yankees. Similar position, a pinch hit opportunity against the White Sox with Boston, and then same scenario with the Yankees. You're the only player in history to hit a home run in your first game as a member of the Red Sox and the Yankees, both. That's an unbelievable honor and incredible. Tell us about that.
It is. I mean, who would have thought of that? I mean, who would have experienced that? I mean, I was just very, fortunate to have the opportunity to play for both the story in history. They'll play for the Yankees and Boston. It's the big rivals. And to have the opportunity to play both sides. And to get my first home run in both games with both teams, and it's just unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. You played well into your 30s. You got a chance to play with the Angels and be productive in a pennant run. Who are your favorite teammates? Who are your favorite teammates to play with?
Well, I would have to say the Braves. The Braves was my favorite team to play on because we had such a great team. Bobby Cox was my favorite manager to play for. Braves in '98 were actually one of the greatest team ever in Major League Baseball history. But unfortunately, we lost the National League Championship Series to the Padres. But I've never had so much fun playing with Mattis, Size Moles, Glavich, Superstone, Andres Galarraga, Walt Wyers, all those guys, all those Hall of Famers. But I would have to say that I didn't enjoy playing in Montreal. Montreal is probably my all-time favorite baseball cities to play in. And I mean, it's something about Montreal that holds a special place in my heart. And I was just so disappointed that there's no baseball in Montreal. So I'm hoping that one day there'll be baseball back in Montreal because Montreal really deserves a baseball team.
Yeah, I miss the Expos. We all miss the Expos, no doubt about it. And we watched what's happening with the Expos and what happened to the Expos. We watch what's happening with the Toronto Blue Jays right now. And I mean, the support that the Blue Jays are getting from coast to coast is unbelievable. I mean, you got a one team that represents the entire country. And you would not believe the excitement that we're feeling right now. Just tell us a little bit about your observations. And I don't know did you ever play with Vlad Guerrero Sr.? Did you play with Vladdy?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it like watching his son, Vladdy Jr., play?
Yeah, I mean, it was just great playing with Vladdy, getting the front row seats to watch him play day and every day, and watching him making some incredible plays were awesome hits. But I'm really happy for Toronto Blue Jays, making the World Series, because it showed that Canada can definitely support baseball. Canada is not just a hockey country, but also, it's also a baseball country. And so hopefully, the Toronto Blue Jays making the World Series. Well, hopefully that will they call it Major League Baseball to bring a city, team back to Montreal.
That would be good. I think that would help, right? If the Blue Jays want, I mean, like I said, the number of people watching every Blue Jays game right now is, millions and millions of Canadians are watching the Jays play. It is so much fun up here. I'm telling you, it's really exciting. You see Blue Jays hats everywhere, coast to coast. It's a beautiful thing. Even in Montreal, where we had that rivalry for so many years. Tell us, what do you think? What do you think about the Blue Jays' chances against the Dodgers? Very strong team, Ohtani and the rest.
Well, I know Dodgers tough. But no, I love Toronto. I really like their chances because they're playing small ball, and they're always constantly putting balls in play. That's important. They're not a team that strikes out a lot. So I think that is to their advantage. And not only that, but they're just a good young team playing well together, and they're clicking all cylinders. Their pitchers be pitching well. They're playing great defense, and their hitting has been timing, and I'm excited about the series. I think it'll be a fun series to watch. And I hope Toronto will come out on top. It'd be great for Canada.
Yeah, it would be great for Canada. Probably pretty good for baseball too. Honestly, it's the Dodgers have the high budget.
Two different markets.
Yeah. It's a pretty big market in the States. Very big market here because it's a national market. It's not just a city; it's a country, right? And it's a very, very big market. Right. But yeah, I like what you're saying. They're playing the small ball. They're pitching it. Their hits are timely. And it's next man up, bringing it real, next man up. Come on, they've really put a charge into the fans here with the way they play and the way they hustle. And to see Vlad Jr. crying after winning that American League Championship Series, it was a beautiful moment. It was just great. Okay, so after your playing career, you become a coach at Gallaudet, and you turned that program around. Had tremendous success. Has coaching been rewarding for you? Has coaching been rewarding? Has coaching been rewarding for you? Coaching? Have you enjoyed coaching?
Yeah, I enjoy coaching. No, I had a good experience coaching at Gallaudet. No, I was able to turn the program around because the team had never had a winning program in almost the entire history of their baseball program. And so I came on board, and I was able to turn the program around, recruiting, quality baseball athletes. And it took me 4 years to turn the program around. And by our fifth year, we beat 4 top 20 teams in the country. And
wow.
It's just a great feeling to be able to make it happen. And it's been a wonderful experience. I'm just kind of disappointed that they shut down the baseball program.
Yeah, they shut it down?
Yes.
Oh, when did they do that?
I don't know why they shut it down. They never gave me reason.
Wow.
That's just that.
That's nuts.
It is what it is.
Wow. Geez, that's a sad thing. I did not know that. We had on the program another deaf athlete, Jim Kite. I'm not sure if you know Jim or not, but he was an NHL player, and he played. He was the first deaf player to ever play in the NHL. And we had Jim on the show, and he talked about some of the tips that he kind of had to help him, compete with people who could hear. Let's roll that clip of Jim, Vic.
I could look at the glass and see a reflection, mirror-like reflection, and I can see the forechecker behind me, and I can tell whether he's coming off my right shoulder or my left shoulder, which way I might be able to turn. And so, and if you're in the corner of the rink, you have that reflection going back to the other side. You can tell whether or not your forward is back in position on the other side of the ice. So it's not something I did all the time, but it's something that I learned to do because I couldn't hear people. And so I used my eyes or the reflection in the glass. I've never heard of anybody else doing that. And it certainly helped me with anticipating where the forecheckers were coming from, for sure. Another thing I did is, if it's an icing call, the goalies do it all the time now, but in my day, the goalies didn't really give an indication of whether it was icing or not. When you're chasing back, I had touch icing. I told the goalie, put your arm up in the air for me, let me know that it's icing. And if it's not icing, you're looking up the ice. You point one way or the other with your arm as to which way you think I should turn with the puck.
So Jim talked about, being able to look into the glass along the boards and see other players coming. He could look into the glass and see players behind him and see the play developing. Those are some of the tips that he used. What are some of the tips that you used that were, allowed you to compete?
Well, like for example, when my second base, I kind of look at the shadow of the ground, so I can see the infielders movie behind me. So that kind of helps me knowing where there's positioning behind me. Do I have to rely on the third base coach to tell me get back, or whatever? We have a very simple rule in the outfield. Anytime I call for the ball, it's my ball all the way. There's no, you got it, or I got it back and forth.
Right.
It's basically I have priorities over everybody. And, but no, being deaf has the advantage because I have to worry about hearing the buoy. But it allows me to focus more and be able to use my eyes to be able to anticipate on what's happening. For example, I can see the body language of a hitter. I can tell how do you approach the hitter, how do you swing the bat. It would tell me whether it give a hard hit ball or a bloop over the infielder's head. So I look for a lot of little things, and also I tend to read people's lips. Like if I'm hitting, so I try to read the lip, the conversation between the catcher and the pitcher. That's why they always cover their mouth with their clothes.
Do you ever see that perhaps being deaf was an asset for you? Do you see how being deaf was an asset?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it allows me to take advantage of the little thing that not many hearing people will even think about. Like I said before, be able to see the shadows of the ground, and be able to read lips across the diamond, from afar and see what they're talking about. Be able, especially with the pitcher, the catcher talking, I'll be able to read lips. There's a lot of little things that really helped me.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, do you feel like in life in general, do you feel that being deaf is an asset for you?
I'm sorry.
Do you feel that in life, being deaf has been an asset? Positive. Has it been a positive thing, being deaf?
Well, no, my mom told me that it was something I was born with, and everything happens for a reason, and that I should try to make the best of my situation, and try to prove to the people that even though I have a hearing disability, that I'm able to accomplish my goals and dreams just like anyone else. So with that in my mind, do I kind of embrace it and and I try to be the best version of myself. It's something that I really enjoy being a role model because of what I've accomplished, and I want to be able to inspire other people with disabilities that they can too do the same thing. So it makes me feel like maybe that was my purpose.
Yeah, beautiful. I think all of our experiences, I've been told, make us uniquely useful to be of service. And all of our experiences make us uniquely useful to be of service. And I think being of service is probably the most important thing any of us can do. So in the big picture, I would say that's pretty good. I mean, I think that's pretty good. I think, you've won so many awards. You've been named the MLB's Ambassador for Inclusion, served on President Obama's Council on Fitness, Sport, and Nutrition. What an honor that had to be chosen and selected to do that.
It is a huge honor to be able to be appointed as the Major League Baseball Ambassador for Inclusion. And not only that, but also to be appointed by President Obama to be on the Council for Sports and Nutrition, be on the council. No, it just says a lot about what they thought of my abilities and how much of a impact I have on those people. They thought highly enough of me to be able to appoint me to such an important position. They think that I can make a difference.
Yeah. Making a difference is what you're doing, no question. And you, in addition to all the awards you've accumulated along the way, we actually have a clip from the Academy of Doctors of Audiology with the Hear Strong Award. Let's roll that clip, Vic.
There's probably children at home that are saying, I want to play baseball, but they have hearing difficulties, and people are telling them no. But Curtis is the kind of guy who didn't listen to that and who said yes and didn't let it hold him back.
Tell us about coaching the Louisville Slugger Warriors baseball team, the Louisville Slugger Warriors baseball team. Tell us about that experience.
It's a incredible team. I mean, it's a huge honor to be able to coach these guys. All these guys have overcome their disabilities. Some of the guys were wounded warriors. They lost their lives, fighting wars. If they were able to overcome and play baseball. But it's a huge honor, and it's inspirational for them to compete at the highest level as possible. We've been traveling all over the country, playing the exhibition game, playing against men's senior baseball league team. Even a couple of weeks ago, we played against the Division I college baseball team, Western Kentucky University. And it was just a great experience to be able to share our life story, inspiring these people, showing that, hey, even though we all have a disability, but we can compete with the best of any team. I think one of the most rewarding experiences is that we won the men's senior baseball league championship in Las Vegas. And we were the only team with disabilities in the whole tournament. And it was very rewarding. But I love this team. These guys are mentally tough. And they're such a huge inspiration for many, many people.
You mentioned in the book about how your father, your family and your father, you guys have a history of social justice, experiencing racism. Your father, experienced some very scary situations in the Deep South. Where's the world at today in terms of racism, and what would the direction that things are headed right now?
Well, I mean, right now it's just a tough time. I mean, growing up, I've dealt with racism. And things got better as I got older. But now with the country that we're in, we've kind of sort of taken a step backwards a little bit. But it's unfortunate. But no, we just have to keep using our voice to try to make it a difference, and hope we should bring all the people together. And baseball is one of the greatest sports because it's very, very diversified. We have so many baseball players from all over the country and all over the world, from different, backgrounds, religious, disabilities, races, all that stuff coming together, playing the game that they love, and that we have a lot of work to do as far as social, justice, equality. Basically, we have a lot of ways to go in making our country better.
Yeah, I think we can all do a little bit more in that regard, everybody. And when you talk about baseball, and I just look at for the Blue Jays lineup, for example, or the Dodgers, you got people from all over the world, all races, all nationalities, and all coming together. And the crowds, we're all coming together to cheer these people on, and it's a time when I don't think anybody sees race or color. We see the Blue Jay at the front of the jersey, but we don't see anything else. And that's a very good point about how we just need to look past that, off the field and beyond. Just take that same sentiment with us. Hey, we're all God's kids. We're all doing the best we can with what we got, right? And we just got to support each other all the way. Instead of building walls, we need to build bridges, right? And that's what we need to do. And that's yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So okay. Final question. Now, we're partnered with a group called Believe, Become, Be You. It's a mentorship program for kids 10 to 17, inspired by the late Sean Gindy and led by Papa Jack Gindy. What's the message that you would have for any kids today who are struggling to find their way?
Well, I was dad knows to work hard, set goals for themselves, and know that they're not alone. They will always have support from either the family, friends, coaches, even strangers, that they can help them navigate through a difficult time to get to where they wanted to go to. To always believe that if you work hard, good things will happen. Always believe that anything is possible. We're all human beings, so we all will always go through some struggles at some point in our lives. But it's just how we react to and how we deal with the struggle is what makes us, stronger as a person. Just as long as we, not give up. It's so easy to give up if we just kind of find a way to fight through it. And we see a small progress. That's better than no progress at all. At least we make a little bit of progress. Then eventually things will get better. Then eventually you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then things will get better. So you have to trust the process.
Yeah, I just think back to your story and the times when you were close to giving up and where you could have given up. And there's one little more inspirational reason to continue on. And, around that success that you're looking for might be around the next corner. And, we just keep putting one foot in front of the other and make a list.
Right. One step at a time. Yes.
Right, 1 step at a time. Make the list. And yeah. Listen, Curtis, thank you so much for taking this time to join us. It's been great. And the book once again is called I Felt the Cheers: The Remarkable Silent Life of Curtis Pride. Curtis, you're a great individual, and we are very proud to have you on this show today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on this show.
Okay, buddy. When we come back, Jim Maloney talks about throwing a 10-inning no-hitter. In 1992, the best locally owned restoration companies came together with one goal: to make disaster recovery better for Canadians. And to this day, DKI remains one of the only 100% Canadian-owned disaster restoration groups in the market. Fire, flood, or storm damage. When things go wrong, the right help makes all the difference. With the right tools and local expertise, we handle everything from emergency response to full-scale restoration, getting homes and businesses back on track the right way. Because a home is more than four walls, a business is more than a building, and recovery is about more than repairs. When you choose DKI, you're choosing a company that's put Canada first since 1992. Locally owned, nationally backed, Canadian through and through. Addiction Rehab Toronto, Toronto's #1 alcohol and drug treatment center. Saving lives, reuniting families. The only treatment center in the province to offer medical detox, treatment, sober living, and lifetime aftercare all in one place. Our unique and specialized programs are designed to equip our clients with the tools to successfully lead a life of dignity, respect, and purpose. Let us help save your life or your loved one's life. Call today for more information or to facilitate an intervention. 1-855-787-2424 or visit addictionrehabtoronto.ca. Hearing loss doesn't have to mean missing out. At Hear Canada, we help you take charge with a complimentary hearing assessment, because confidence starts with clarity. Discover hearing aids, accessories, and expert care at your local hearing center. Not sure where to start? Our Hearing Health Guide has the basics for you or a loved one. It worked for us. Book your free assessment today at hearcanada.com. Conditions may apply. Jim Maloney threw a couple of no-hitters for his Cincinnati Reds, including a pair of 10-inning jams. In one of those games, he threw 187 pitches, almost twice what a major league hurler would be throwing today. It's August 19th of that same year, 1965. This is no easy task. You're facing the Chicago Cubs in Chicago. No score through 9. You scored in the 10th. So here's the final out. Tell us about this final out.
Yeah, this is another game. It was 10 innings. After 9 innings, I'm sitting on the bench. I look at the scoreboard out there in center field at Wrigley Field, and it's 0-0, but I've given up no hits. And I'm thinking to myself, it was 2 months prior to that in June where I lost that game in Cincinnati in 10 innings. And I'm thinking to myself, this is awful tough league here. I got to pitch extra innings to, complete this game and try to win this game, and more or less try to pitch a no-hitter. I had a guy on first with 1 out, and Ernie Banks was the last hitter there. And he had a ground ball to Leo at short, and Rose was playing second and made a double play. So I ended up within 2 months of winning a 10-inning no-hitter, 1-0, and also losing a 10-inning no-hitter, 1-0.
Yeah, that was a pretty formidable lineup, no doubt about it. But here's the interview that you did after that game back in August of 1965. Let's have a listen, Vic.
Jimmy, that's got to be a real great thrill for you. Well, I lost one early in the year, 1-0 against the Mets, and I thought maybe I might be in the same predicament today if all Williams had to do was Banks hit one out, and there I am 1-0 again getting beat. But I'm glad it turned out the way it did. It's got to be. I wasn't real sharp today. I had a lot of made some good pitches when I had to, but when I had to come in there, they popped it up or something, and I had a lot of walks. But I wasn't real sharp as I was against the Mets. But I think this is the biggest game of my career right here.
Discover the secret to timeless vitality at Renew Medical Center in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Our specialists unravel the science of aging, tailoring plans to defy its effects. Experience cutting-edge regenerative therapies such as stem cells and exosomes, addressing aging at its core.
It's a wonderful spot, and I highly recommend it for whatever you may need, whether you just want to feel better, you want to look better, have basically a quality of life, just to ramp it up a little bit as we age.
Liberate yourself from aging-related concerns, where accountability, technology, and passion for regenerative medicine converge. Begin your path to peak health and wellness with us. Schedule your appointment today at renewpv.com and elevate your quality of life.
Parents, what's the biggest fear for kids 10 to 14? A future they think they can't handle. At Believe, Become, Be You, we know confidence in the future is a habit we can build. Our course doesn't just prepare kids for the future, it seeds them with skills they will use now. For a limited time, the I Believe in Me Foundation is offering the first 1,000 kids and their parents 1 year free access. This priceless opportunity will save you over $2,000. This isn't just a course. It's a journey in developing life-enhancing skills that will grow with your child, fostering gritty minds, creative futures, and better bonds. Get signed up now at believebecomebu.com. That's believebecomebu.com.
And we want to thank all the folks who make this show possible. These are friends, trusted business associates, and all-around great people. Thank you for your support of Canadian sports. A reminder that the show is available on iTunes, Spotify, Breaker, wherever you get your podcast from. Also, check out the show on YouTube. All of our past great shows are on there. Shorts, like and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Our socials, at Joe Swiss Tilley on Instagram and Threads. We're not on X. Joe Tilley's Great Canadian Sports Show on Facebook. Thanks once again to Curtis Pride for joining us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. MNP, a leading Canadian national accounting, tax, and business accounting firm. MNP proudly serves and responds to the need of their clients in the private, public, and nonprofit sectors. Through partner-led engagements, MNP provides a collaborative, cost-effective approach to do business and personal strategies to help people and organizations to succeed across the country and around the world. With local offices in Oshawa, Mississauga, Burlington, and more, their team is here to support you. Visit mnp.ca today to learn more. Brian Gribben Insurance Planning, helping you solidify your financial future.
At BGIP, what we do that's unique in the marketplace is we show people how to spend and enjoy their money in their early years of retirement without the fear of running out. Also, we're able to do this without you having to change financial advisors. Please look us up at bgip.ca today, and let's book a 30-minute phone call to see how we can bring value to you and your family in your planning.
Call Brian today for all your retirement needs. We did. 905-686-5678. Joe Tilley here. My wife Penny Claire and I recently took an amazing trip to Egypt and Jordan with Trip Oppo. And here are our top 10 must-dos. Last but not least, we relaxed at a luxury resort and took a dip in the famous Dead Sea. This beautiful resort was a perfect way to cap off our incredible adventure in Egypt and Jordan. After days of exploring ancient ruins and bustling markets, it was wonderful to just kick back, put on a little mud, and soak up the sun by the Dead Sea. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the amazing cuisine in Egypt and Jordan. Don't forget to try the delicious local food like mouth-watering Egyptian barbecue. And the best part, is that our Trip Oppo tour includes almost all of the meals, so you can indulge in the local cuisine without worrying about opening your wallet. I would highly recommend that you book your next trip through Trip Oppo. Call them today. Rooted in 60 years of tradition, Sleepy Hollow is a private golf club with a friendly community of members just minutes from Toronto. With mature trees and rolling fairways, Sleepy Hollow provides a challenging and enjoyable experience for passionate golfers. Enjoy great golf, amazing dining, and a picturesque patio second to none. Visit sleepyhollowcountryclub.com.